Minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Get Back podcast. I'm your host, Damian Dustin, here with
Aiden Jones. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
and welcome to episode 53 of the Get Back podcast, an NBA playoff special. And man, this is a great day. It's sunny out.
We started
hoops.
playoffs today. Of course, it's a great day.
Come on now.
Of course, it's a great day. I'm super excited, as we all know.
Absolutely.
My team started this whole thing off, man. My Cavs versus the Toronto Raptors
Yeah,
for
and
the first game.
Yeah, and I think it's only fair if we get it right in order
Yeah,
to game by game. And we got to talk about this this Cleveland Raptors series. Has a lot of potential to be an interesting
For sure.
series. What are your first impressions heading into game one?
I'm not gonna say I'm confident. I'm not super confident it's gonna be like a sweep or a gentleman's sweep. I think this will actually be a fun series. I have high hopes for Toronto. I think they have multiple different pieces that can actually help them win a couple of games. Like I think we all think about Brandon Ingram, Scotty Barnes, but I think they like RJ Barrett. Like it's other players that can actually make this a fun series. So I'm excited.
Yeah, for sure. I think guys like Scotty Barnes and Bi can obviously make it an interesting series, but you got to look at the other guys too. That I'm looking at Toronto. I'm
Yeah.
looking at guys like Sheed,
Yeah.
Quickly, Jakob Pertl.
Mhm.
These are guys that can make a difference in
For
ways
sure.
that you don't necessarily see on the scoreboard. Just their tenacious defense, just the playmaking ability that Sheed has had over the past couple weeks. I think they could possibly give Cleveland some trouble.
For sure. For
But
sure.
Cleveland to me is just they just have too much talent.
I think so. I think that starting lineup is obviously a lot of firepower, but I think that our bench can actually handle some business this series, and this is the series to figure it all out. It's like obviously they'll have to play Detroit. Whoever wins this game, they'll have to play Detroit after. So I think that this is where you have to really break down your team, figure out who's going to be the key components, who's going to be the backup X factors. All of the type of stuff will be shown in this series.
And who would you pick as your X factor for either team?
I have two.
Go
I
ahead.
have Jalen Tyson or Sam Merrill for the Cavs, and then I have Sheed for the Raptors. Like Sheed is great. Like I don't know if you remember when he had gotten into that little scuffle with DeJounte Murray. It's because he was in his chest the whole game. Like
Yep.
he is a very great defender. I think that he will actually be able to have a good impact on the defensive side for the Raptors this series.
Yeah, I totally agree. And the important thing for the Raptors, I feel like in this series, if they even want a chance to win, is to not get overwhelmed by the Cleveland runs.
Yeah,
Cleveland can obviously go on these big
For sure.
runs, whether it's with their front court, Mobley and Allen catching lobs from Harden, or if it's Harden and Donovan Mitchell going on this flurry. It's important for the Raptors to kind of stay even keel, stay with the game, and kind of hope for, and we've seen Cleveland in the past kind of blow some leads. If you can chip away at it
Yeah.
and in the fourth quarter keep it close,
be aggressive
that-
too.
yes.
Yeah, like for sure.
that's going to be their chance to will try to win the series. Only problem for the Raptors is they're 24th in rebounding, and against a Cleveland team that's 11th, but they
We
have
know who they have. We know
Exactly.
who they have. Where if it needs to get scrappy, like they usually play bad against
Yep.
bigger teams, Boston, the Knicks, Raptors, and like other teams like that. I think that they'll be able to get some boards. I'm really focusing on our two-star piece, which we have yet to talk about:
Yep.
Donovan Mitchell and James Harden.
absolutely.
I think that those will be big the whole playoff run this year because we've had a couple of talks about them possibly dipping out this offseason, so we don't know where their mindset is at. James Harden is obviously his 17th team, or not his 17th team, his 17th playoff time, but he's always on a different team, and
Yep.
we already know that he does not have the greatest playoff history. So I'm just looking forward to see if he can break a little balance on this one and see if he can actually possibly show up against the Toronto Raptors, who are not a bad team.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is a good indicator for James Harden. If
Yeah.
James Harden is able to, have a good series against the Toronto Raptors leading into the second series, if Cleveland builds that momentum, Eastern Conference Finals written all over them, and potentially the NBA Finals with the talent that they have on this team.
For sure.
As for the Raptors, obviously, we're not expecting them to win. A win for them would be a miracle. It would be
That would be great.
It would be a
'cause,
great story. It'd be
if you
Cinderella,
have that
yeah.
type of confidence and you're going to go play Detroit, which I'm not sure to disrespect Detroit. Obviously, we'll get into them a little bit later, but I don't think Detroit is like the clear front runner to go to the finals or even the Eastern Conference Finals. I think it's still some things we have to see with experience. And I'm not saying the Raptors got it, but it would be another fun series if they had the confidence of going past the Cavs, who beat the Detroit Pistons this year. that would be a good confidence booster to see what that series can go. So I mean, it can be either way for either team.
It would, but give me the Cavs in 5. Give me the Cavs in 5 games. I got the Cavs in 5.
I'm gonna be respectful and say so. It's gonna be a gentleman's sweep. I got them. Well, no, I'm gonna say in 6. I think the Raptors can actually get 2 games. I think the Raptors
Really?
can definitely get 2 games. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
You're telling me that Brandon Ingram won't have a breakout game at least one time?
Well, I think that's the one.
Scotty
No,
Barnes.
I think that's the one.
Who sits second in
I
basically
see-
every stat.
Because
in the
I
team.
think for the Raptors, it's going to have to be a collective effort. It's not going to be off of BI. Is not going to drop 50 and win 40 or win them a game.
he won't drop 40,
it won't
but
be like
a
that.
very efficient BI 35-point game is very good to watch. I mean, his middies
of
will
course.
kill you.
Absolutely. But yeah, I like I said, give me Cleveland advancing to the second
Yeah,
round, and
yeah.
that'll be interesting to see who they match up against. Moving on to the next game in the 3:30 slot today, we have the number 6 Minnesota Timberwolves going to Denver to play the Denver Nuggets. I mean, we get
This is my most exciting
Yeah.
series. This
we
whole
get
first
blessed with the Minnesota Denver
round.
series
The first round
every year.
every year, but in the first round, we usually have to wait for it to build up a little bit. But the first round, we're getting to start off
Which is amazing.
pure cinema. There is some questions about Ant possibly playing today, which I'm a little worried about, but I think that he will play.
He will.
I think that this series will be outstanding once again. As we know, in 2024, they took him to 7 games,
Yeah.
and he got his upper hand on Yoke, which he loves taking down the OGs a little bit, but I don't see the Nuggets losing. I can't, like, I'm trying to, like, I thought about it a couple different times of how can Minnesota possibly win this series. I don't see it. I don't see it at all.
It would be an extremely tough task. I think the only way that the Timberwolves would have a shot against Denver is if they shoot the lights out of the ball and play stellar defense. We saw in that the Western semis 2 years ago, I believe, 3 years ago, when they lost in 7 to Minnesota. It was because Minnesota came back and shot the lights out of the ball.
But you want to know who was? Dubious handles, Julius Randle. Like, we know that he played great last year. He had a great series, I think, with the past year and that year before that. I don't see that actually happening this year. Like, I think they will actually figure him out. He hasn't had his best season. And we have to think about who's coming in for the Nuggets. Like, you have Aaron Gordon back, who is their X factor, as we all know. He can do everything that you ask him to do. Cam Johnson, I think, will have a great series. I think, like, he will actually be able to have a great series. He'll take on a little bit of the MPJ role that he had before of just actually being able to shoot that ball. He'll be able to sit on the corner, wait for the ball to come to his hands, and he can shoot. And he's not a bad driver. Like, if he has to, he can do a little pump fake, a little hezzy, and get to the cup.
He can. Denver caught a good streak at the right time, I feel like, especially heading into the playoffs, because we were kind of shatting on their defense, talking about how they really weren't playing that hard.
But why did they have that good run? Because everybody was back.
Because everybody was back and they were playing defense. I think it's going to be really important for we always say this with every Denver Nugget game. Establishing the 2-man with Jamal and Yoke is going to be obviously critical. Let's not kid ourselves.
That's definitely critical. I think their defense is very critical. Like, I mean,
it is.
They are a fourth quarter defensive team, but if they were able to actually lock up and play aggressive defense to start out the game, I think it's going to take Minnesota's heart away.
It is
early.
The one thing that I do worry about Denver is I don't think Minnesota is a much faster paced team.
Of course.
Minnesota is going to play at a much faster pace. I don't know. I think if there's a time, Minnesota could sneak this game and off of just sheer, we're going to give it to them. We're going to go fast. We're in the half. We're going to try to just not play half court.
Yeah.
We're just going to go. We're just going to be full on. If they do that, I think they can cause some defensive problems for Denver. And once Denver's in defensive problems, that's when the offense starts to stagnate a little bit. But a guy that I'm looking at for Minnesota to cause that, Ayo Dosunmu.
I'm thinking about AL guarding up because Jamal Murray, he had his best regular season that we've ever seen from him, ever. And we already know what he does in the playoffs. Like, he is not a bad playoff player, as we all know.
Yeah.
I think if AO is able to put it to him in his chest, then that will be, I mean, you can actually change the series. Like, he can be a series changer. Him, Bones. If Ant-Man doesn't turn into Cant-Man, that would be great. Like
19, 12, 24, 15. These are his points the last 5 games.
Yeah.
These aren't bad splits
At all.
These aren't bad splits for primarily a defender. that you got him to be a defender.
Yeah.
If he can be a 3-and-D guy for Ant in the backcourt, that's going to be money. But in this series, we always talk about one guy, Rudy Gobert.
Rudy Gobert. Yeah.
What does Rudy Gobert have to do to not get completely exposed in
Don't
this
let
series?
Jokic average 30 and a triple double.
So he's going to get exposed.
Okay, so he's gonna get exposed. There you go. Like Rudy Gobert has no chance against him. Like that is Jokic's favorite player to play against because he knows he just has his way. Not in a bad way. Like Rudy, we poop on him a lot, but he's not like a bad defender. We're not gonna act like he's the worst defender. It's just Jokic is so elite. He is so elite, and when he sees somebody like that, that's food. That is food. I am thinking about one other player though, as an X factor for Minnesota, Jaden McDaniels. Jaden can be a good X factor this series. Like I think if he's able to play a nice wing role while also being a 3-and-D guy, that would be great.
I think he might have to create his own shot though. I think in games,
I don't think he has that much of a problem doing that.
He doesn't, but I'm saying in games where we see maybe Julius Randle struggling or just the bench struggling to shoot the ball.
Yeah,
I think Jaden McDaniels is going to have to be more aggressive and try to find his own shot. I almost said
you
Jaden
almost
Daniels,
said it. You almost said it again. But no, I agree.
Yeah.
But I think
and
he
Nas,
also has
of course. We
confidence.
always, I mean, we don't bring up Nas, but Nas too is obviously important.
We got to talk about what we don't. I think that Nas he gonna do his thing regardless. I think that Nas will have a pretty good series.
Who's winning the series and in how many?
I got the Nuggets in 6 still. I think that Timberwolves, their 2 games will be good games. I just don't see it happening considering Ant-Man will turn to Cam-Man at least 2 games this series. We know that will happen.
Wow.
We know that will happen for sure. So I don't see it. They got the best of their hand a couple years ago, but I don't see it happening this time.
Fair enough. I also have them winning in 6, and it'll be interesting to see who they play next.
Yeah.
Now I want to talk about this is also another like what if series.
My number 2 series going ahead.
The number 6 Atlanta Hawks are going to New York City to play the New York Knicks.
Sure.
The 6 versus the 3. I'm excited for this series.
I think we all are.
This could go 7 games. It could at its ceiling. A team like Atlanta that has really heated up towards the end of the season. After getting rid of Trae Young, you thought their season was over. They were just playing for nothing.
Yeah.
Ended up playing themselves not into the play-in, the playoffs. This team's dangerous. They just have a plethora of hoopers that can get shots.
A lot of hoopers.
Yes, just hoopers. They can get shots, get tough buckets. And, I mean, we've seen them play together. They play with cohesion. They play together. And the catalyst in front of that is Jalen Johnson. What does Atlanta have to do in this series to shock the world?
So, a couple of things. The bigs foul trouble, which I feel like we've seen a lot with the Kongwu, a couple of their other bigs that have just a lot of fouls. While guarding Cat, you're going to need them to be in the game. Simple. Like it's as simple as that. I want to see Jalen Johnson a little bit of an ISO ball. Like he is a very good player. I'm not taking anything away from him.
Yep.
He is one of the worst ISO players statistically this year. I think if he's able to get his own shot a little bit more off of the cook a little bit, you get other players open like Nickeil Alexander, a couple other players, Dyson Daniels, you have CJ McCollum. That is what's going to bring this team together. Jalen Johnson is the key component of this whole series.
I totally agree. And I think you said another name that I was going to pick as kind of the X factor for the Hawks, CJ McCollum.
Yeah.
CJ is the vet on that team, obviously. I think CJ is going to have to shoot that rock.
Yeah.
We're talking, we might have to see some CJ McCollum 20-point games.
That's not like
and
a very hot take.
No, that's not a hot take at all.
You're saying 20. I think 25.
Yeah, 25 points.
25 points.
Yeah. If he's efficiently, though.
Yeah.
If he's able to do it at an efficient rate, I'm going to assume Jalen Johnson is Jalen Johnson. Kuminga's another guy you obviously look at. He does other things for you, like he plays tremendous defense when he wants to. And his ability to get to the rim could draw foul trouble for Cat, which Cat obviously is prone to foul trouble.
Of course. I'd say an X factor for me though, it's got to be Dyson Daniels. Like I know we're gonna talk about Jalen Brunson, the clutch player. We'll get into it.
Yep.
Dyson Daniels has his numbers. Like yes, JB could still get his 25. He may get 10.
Yep.
It just possibly won't look as pretty as he wants it to be while Dyson Daniels is guarding you like that. I mean, like he knows who his main assignment is this whole series, and it's Jalen Brunson. He will, you make sure you follow him from every corner of the floor. If he passes the ball, no switches. Like I don't think that you are going to see anybody else really guard him permanently except for Dyson Daniels.
Yeah, I totally agree. For the Knicks, what do the Knicks have to do to take care of business in advance?
Keep Cat out of foul trouble. Keep Cat out of foul trouble and have your 3-and-D guys play good. Like you need OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges to play their game, especially Mikal Bridges. You need Mikal Bridges. All that 7 points per game that we saw, that stretch was pretty ugly. You need that all to kick up. Everything has to kick up because this will be a feisty series, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, and something else I think is going to be really important for New York to kind of keep themselves out of just being in danger against
Yeah.
Atlanta
Yeah.
is Josh Hart can't lose them possessions.
He can't.
He can't lose them possessions. And what I mean by that is we've seen his shot selection sometimes be poor.
Right.
We've seen him just not be able to hit open shots. If there's a game or two that Atlanta simply wins because Josh Hart is losing the Knicks possessions, we're talking about like I said, 7-game series with Atlanta potentially winning. It's going to be crucial for him to obviously still be the catalyst for the offense and defense, how he does, but without making those inerrant mistakes from his shot selection wise. But I have, man, I can't believe I'm saying this. I have the Hawks at 7.
I very much agree.
I have the Hawks in 7.
That it will have to be a tough series for them to win because obviously we know how Iceman did it before. I just don't see it. I think Jalen Brunson, he still is that clutch player of the year. He knows how to be clutch. He knows when he needs to score. He knows when he needs to pass. It will be very tough for him to let that all just kind of go down to this Hawks team right now. But I mean, it's a possibility.
Hawks in 7.
It's
Who's your pick? What's your pick then? Obviously, Knicks.
I'll say Knicks in 7. I
Knicks
think it will go to 7 regardless. Regardless, but I think the Knicks, if it does go to 7, I think they got it in the bag. I think they'll be able to figure it out.
Fair enough. Moving on to the Western Conference. Our last game tonight that we have is Game 1 of the Rockets and Lakers, 4-5. This would have been. I feel like we would have circled this series a couple weeks ago.
We're still circling it.
Yeah, if LeBron and AR would have played this, obviously would have been a much more fun series to watch. But the element that LeBron is the number one option, I feel like kind of just gets us all excited because we know what a LeBron-led offense kind of looks like, and it's exciting to watch. Obviously, Houston is favored in this series. What does LeBron James and the LA Lakers have to do to shock the world?
Let LeBron James average 32 points, 8 assists, and 7 boards. Let him go back to his old play style because at 41 years old, he can still do it.
You think so?
Yes.
Wow. I was gonna go a little different route. I don't think LeBron is capable of putting up those crazy numbers anymore. It's just the truth. I think he's 41. He'll still put up over 20 points, over 8 assists, over 8 rebounds. I'm not saying that. He'll average almost a triple-double. The thing for the Lakers that they're going to have to do is get 3-point shooting, whether it's from Rui Hachimura, Marcus Smart. Forget the paint really quick for a second. They're just going to have to defend well in the paint against guys like Amen Thompson and Şengün. Focus on your interior defense and focus on your perimeter shooting. Guys like Laravia, Rui, not Vando.
No, Vando. Like, let's talk ball. Yes, I know LeBron. I'm his biggest fan, so of course I had to start off like that. Let's talk ball. You need 3 players to really play outstanding, like where they can't really mess up. Luke Kennard has played great with shooting. You need Marcus Smart to lead that defense in every single way that he can.
And Ayton.
And DeAndre Ayton has to average 16 and 13, or about 12 rebounds a game for them to win. Like we talk about Şengün being a defense liability. He still averages 29 and 6. Like it's something that we talk about on defensive side, but on offense, he's
still gonna get his.
He gets his way a lot,
absolutely.
a lot. Where he can get to the lane, he can still shoot a midi if he needs to shoot a 3. I'm not saying he's the best one, but he can shoot. You need DeAndre to be a good defender. I need 15 points off you from the other side, and I need you to outboard Alfred Şengün.
Yeah.
Like it's as simple as that. Like, yeah, we know what LeBron has to do, but you need almost everybody. Rui has to play outstanding. Vando needs to play out of his mind. Like everybody almost has to do everything perfect for them to win the series.
Oh, I totally agree. And here's the thing: when I look at the Rockets, you're saying all this stuff. That's not impossible. against a Rockets team.
It's
The
not.
Rockets have been they fluctuate, they go up, down. I think the whole not having a real point guard thing obviously has hurt them. It's hurt them for the entire year. It's the Lakers can strike here.
The
If
Lakers
they
can
can
strike.
play tenacious defense, shoot the ball well, they can have this a close game in the fourth, and then you have the greatest player ever closing in the game.
Yeah.
That is your dream situation,
Yeah.
I think, for every game in this series. Let's keep it close. We know we're not going to blow them out. Let's keep it close.
Yeah.
And in the fourth quarter, LeBron, go be LeBron. When we will ask of you to give us your absolute maximum.
Now, let's flip the switch to the favorites. I think the Rockets, they obviously know that they have a very, very good chance with a KD-led Rockets in the first series. We don't know what they're going to do after, but I think that this is a series that KD can at least take care of right now. I think he can take care of it. He can still obviously get his, and they know that that's who they are depending on at the moment.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is a series where Amen can also break out too.
Yeah,
Amen
yeah.
doesn't really have anybody.
It needs to be your big three.
Yeah.
Amen, Sengun, and KD. Like I think like that's their big three at the moment. So I think that that's exactly who you need to show out.
Yeah, and I guess the reason why I just say Amen, I just say matchup wise. I don't think physically anybody can impose their will on Amen on that team, except LeBron. And
Except
LeBron's
LeBron,
not
and
going
that-
to guard Amen.
But who's guarding LeBron? Amen. I mean, Amen probably won't get guarded by LeBron. We know that.
LeBron will
He's gonna
guard
have to
KD.
guard LeBron all game. LeBron will guard KD.
But I have the Rockets in 6. I think LeBron gets them 2 games. I'm being generous here.
I really don't know. If the Rockets win, it's going to be in 5. If the Lakers win, it will be in 7. If the Rockets are just complete, if they find those 2 games, well, I don't know, because they're saying that I think if they actually go up 2-0, Luka's coming back. And you're like, what game? Luka will come back if they go down 2-0. I promise you he would. Not Austin Reeves. Luka would come back if they go down 2-0.
No.
Yes, he will.
No, he won't.
All that
me
medicine,
the
all
Rockets
that
in 6.
medicine that he took.
Doesn't matter. Rockets in 6. Would you agree?
No, I said if the Rockets win, it's in 5. If the Lakers win, it's in 7. So I think actually the Lakers in 7.
That is so crazy to say.
How's that crazy?
Moving on.
How's that crazy?
Moving on to our other slate of games. We have the number 7 76ers against the number 2 Boston Celtics. Man, this hurts. This hurts because I know what this series would have looked like if injuries didn't exist. And I like it. I like it a lot for the 76ers, actually. But now I'm looking at this series like this is food for the Celtics, in my opinion, with no Joel. There's no front court presence there. What are your thoughts on this series?
The game the 76ers had against Orlando was so pretty. Andre Drummond hitting dagger threes, which I thought 10 years ago I would never see. Like, I would actually think it was AI if you showed me that 10 years ago. Drummond can shoot. Tyrese Maxey can hoop. Paul George is he's Paul George. I almost started to run right there. I think that this game or the series will go to not even 5 games. Being so serious. Joel Embiid being out hurts so much. It hurts so much.
Because when he plays, he's on it.
And you're telling me that Joel will be guarded by Queta or who?
Vucevic? No, bro.
I'm sorry.
Food.
That's food, no matter if he's injured or not. No matter if he's on 35%.
And the thing is, we don't know if Joel is going to come back in this series.
I don't see it happening.
From what we've heard, it doesn't.
You want to know what's so funny? And no, I'm not a fan of him. Skip Bayless goes on a podcast and says, Joel Embiid actually just doesn't want to play. I've heard from insiders that he does not want to play. Bro, do you know what injury that he has, gang? There's no way that he's going to be able to play at all. Like it's not even possible, I think, for him to come back at all. After just having surgery last Wednesday? No way.
It's a common surgery. Believe it or not, it's common surgery. Listen, regardless if he were, here's the thing though. Regardless if he were to come back, I still would have picked the Celtics. I'm just saying it would have been a close series.
The Celtics are my championship pick. Like I think they actually will win a chip. So I mean, yeah, I agree.
But
it just would have been a more fun series to watch.
Let's play hypothetical real quick. What do the 76ers have to do to make this a series?
Completely cancel out Jaylen Brown. Let Jason Tatum go back to being the number 1. Make Jason Tatum go back to being Batman. It's as simple as that.
And that's how you win?
That's a good start.
Wow.
You're not going to be able to take out a Peyton Pritchard. You're not going to be able to possibly slow down a Derek White because they don't have to do as much but stand there and get the ball in their hands. It's as simple as that. If you can make Jaylen Brown get the ball out of his hands, that changes the whole trajectory of this whole series.
That is true. I never really looked at it that way. That might be an interesting strategy. I think really just the 3-point shooting for the Celtics is what got me thinking.
You're
like
not stopping that.
you're not stopping.
You
that.
can stop for one game. We all know that after the Celtics hit that 10 to 12 games every single time, they have one bad game.
They hit a wall.
You're gonna have one game where they hit one wall. After that, sayonara. It's over with.
I agree. And I think what just sucks is now we just really don't know what the future of the 76ers team is because they always get hurt in the postseason.
They have a very great guard duo that they can
They
build
do.
on.
That's what you build up. But do you trade Joel? Do you trade Paul? Like what do you do?
Why would you keep them on the team at this point? Not like in a bad way, but like
and what's
what
his
are you going to
value?
gain from it?
And the thing is, what's his value even now? Like I don't know what Joel's value.
I think he has
would be.
value. I just don't think it's the highest as it's previously been.
I don't think you can get 2 first-round picks for Joel.
If you can get 4 first-round picks from Mikal Bridges, you can get anything.
You
can get anything. That changed the whole thing. If you can get 4 from Mikal Bridges,
what team would be willing to offer more than 2 first-round picks for Joel? It's a thinker. The reason why it's a thinker is because you can't think of it. I just don't see a team.
If the Raptors get past the Cleveland Cavaliers and Detroit, and then they lose in some close game, they'll do something.
For Joel, that'd be kind of cool.
They'll do something.
That would be really interesting. I don't see that, but that would be a really interesting combo. I'm gonna make my pick. This series doesn't really excite me. I have the Celtics in
5.
4.
No, I'll say 5. Tyrese Maxey can have one great game where he's just like, damn, like you can't stop him.
I got Celtics in 4, man. I don't know. I think just the championship pedigree, just them understanding what it means for JT to come back from. They just are just gonna, I think, really start off the postseason strong. Sweep them.
Which you need to. I told you that's my championship pick, so I think you need to. So it's all right.
Moving on to the next game, our 3:30 slot tomorrow, we have the Oklahoma City Thunder playing the number 8 Phoenix Suns. Obviously, the series was decided yesterday in a great game. Obviously, we have our pick for this series. We're picking OKC. But for Phoenix, what can Phoenix do to create some pressure on OKC and just make the game difficult, man?
Stand your ground.
Yeah, we're gonna have 2 really lighthearted conversations.
Stand your ground. Hopefully the fans cheer extra hard to get this team going. Bro, it's nothing you can do. It's nothing you can do at all. Like you I'm trying to think about what the coaches will tell them in the timeouts right now. Like, what are the coaches gonna tell them in the timeouts when they're
guard up, bro?
Hey, I know we're down by 25, guys, but just play your heart out, bro. Just go out there and have fun.
On a serious note, Phoenix has been known to be a very good defensive team this year. I think they can cause some trouble for OKC on the defensive side. I just think offensively they don't have the juice for it. Defensively, I would say sure they do.
I think it's actually the opposite. I think if you can get Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, and Devin Booker to score that ball, offensively you may have a chance to cut the lead down to 10 or 12. Other than that, stop laughing. I'm trying to talk ball. This is one of the hardest series to actually make a real conversation out of because it's going nowhere. Like I'm not gonna waste time. It's not gonna go anywhere at all. Like I think Phoenix, that the play-in games I was actually a fan of because they played pretty tough. They had some tough games that they played in the play-in. I don't see it happen. Like you would need outstanding games from Jalen Green. Dylan Brooks would have to play great. You need your bigs to play just out of everybody would have to play some of their best basketball.
Everybody
ever.
would have to have an out-of-body experience.
Out-of-body experience, bro. Out-of-body. And we already know Devin Booker. He's seen his worst losses in the playoffs. Like it's man.
And that hurts for Phoenix, man. Man, that sucks. We can't say
I'm not trying to laugh at this, y'all. For any Phoenix fans watch, I'm not trying to laugh.
It's gonna be an interesting. It's gonna be an interesting series. It could make. For
Why are you laughing while you're saying this though?
It could make for some good basketball.
Make for some good jerseys up in.
I have OKC in 4.
You know how when teams lose, they always send a jersey like China or Africa. Bro, it's gonna be some kids at the end. They won a chip game. They're gonna think that Phoenix won the chip this year, gang. It's gonna go out there that fast. 4 games, it's over with, dog. It's
Oh
over
my
with.
God.
I'm just saying it's
Oh
over
yeah,
with, bro.
OKC in 4, maybe 5 if Phoenix can shoot the lights out at home. It would be at home. It would have to be at home. There's no way they do it in Paycom.
In the Phoenix, they cut the lead down to 20.
Or Dylan Brooks said that they're gonna steal. He said that they're gonna steal game 1. So who knows?
If you can come out just that hot and blazing and you somehow close them out in that first quarter and the second, maybe.
And the thing is, keep in mind, OKC hasn't played basketball in a little while.
A little while. But that's a lot of rest.
Suns,
That's a lot of rest. And I don't think the OKC is the type of team where they take rest and like actually use it against them. That's their full potential.
all right,
That is their full potential.
OKC in 4. Give it to me. Our next game. This is 1 versus 8, but this to me,
this will be tough. This will be tough.
This to me is another possible game 7.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I really do believe it. And the crazy thing is, in the past, I believe the past 10 years, we haven't had a first round series in the East go past 5 games, which is crazy to think. The last one was the Indiana Pacers and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Really?
That was the last time. It was the Cleveland Cavaliers and Indiana Pacers, the Oladipo Indiana Pacers. The last time that a first round series went over 5 games. This is the series that I think ends it. Oh wait, we said Atlanta too. So I think this is just the year where it just ends in the East. The Magic and the Pistons, number 1 Pistons against number 8 Magic. What are your thoughts on this series?
This, like you said, this has potential to be great. Like this should be one of the best series in the East. Like if Cavs and Toronto don't do it as a good series, I think the Pistons and Orlando will take over. We already know that PB No J did not have a great playing game the first one. That's his name, bro. That's NBA Twitter crowned him that name. PB No J. We already know that he didn't have the greatest game in that first play-in. That second game was one of his biggest bounce back I think I've ever seen out of Paolo.
Yeah.
Simply, when Paolo learns that he can be a LeBron James prototype,
high praise.
What were we saying in the beginning of the year?
That's true. It's high praise. We were saying top 10.
It's high praise because he has the body language for it. He has the body strength for it, and he can still shoot a little bit. Like if he stays just away from that 3-point a little bit more and goes to his straight midi game, he can go to driving the bucket. That is where Paolo is the most scariest, bro. Yep. Paolo is a great player. He's a great player.
He is. And here's the thing. It's gonna be super important for him to get going in this series. But I'm not actually looking at him. I'm looking at guys like Suggs. I'm looking at
Black.
Bruno De Silva.
I think Anthony Black will be the X factor. He'll be the X factor.
Anthony Black, especially. Yeah. Paolo obviously is the catalyst to their offense. I think that game against Boston, he had a couple nights about a week ago. Maybe he had a triple double, and they lost. But it looked. Paolo had looked the most poised I had seen him in a while. And heading into the playoffs, that's going to be massive.
You need it. Because we know who Detroit has. Detroit, only thing I'm a little worried about, Duran, he won't guard Paolo at all, right?
Who?
Because Paolo loves driving to the cup. And Duran will be there in the paint.
I think Detroit will mix up zone and man, kind of. So they'll throw different looks.
A little bit. And Cade's back. I mean, Cade, and I told you before, we don't want to see him back to how he was before. We want to see him fully back into the lineup and where he's just taking the go-ahead shots. And I think that while he was out, you learned your bench a little bit. Like you learned that Kevin Huerter can shoot a little bit more. Tobias Harris, he's still a good starter for them. And who's the other guy? Number 24, the guy with the dreads. You know what I'm talking about? Where he usually comes in and he just started kind of playing with them pretty good. He averaged 10 points on their team.
Yeah,
he's nice. Like you need players like that to actually still play the role, but just play it to the best extent that you can.
Yeah, and Desmond Bain too. That's another guy
for sure.
Desmond Bain's a guy that's going to have to get hot shooting.
I think it will be not an individual type of series, but you need individual players to play out their game for sure.
100%. When you look at a team like the Pistons, we always frowned upon their 3-point shooting. Their 3-point shooting is kind of like what we have been turned off about. Do you think in this series they're going to have a chance to really kind of prove us wrong there? Kind of shoot the lights out the ball?
No, I don't think it happens this series. Maybe if they advance, then possibly. I don't think it's going to happen this year. I think this will be a hard-nosed series where it's going to be a lot of driving, a lot of mid-ranges, a lot of fouls. It's going to be one of those to see who really wants it the most. Because I do think that this has Game 6, Game 7 potential.
It does. It does. And when we look at the Pistons, aside from Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duren, is there an X factor player you're looking to close them out?
Tobias Harris.
Tobias. Okay.
Tobias Harris. He can still give you a nice, efficient 20-point game. Because usually whenever he scores over 20, it's very efficient where he just knows, oh, it's hitting. Like it's hitting. And if he gives you a 25-point game in like a game 5, game 6, that could be the closer. That could actually be the closer right there.
Yeah, and we talked about it a couple weeks ago too about Tobias Harris. Just because he's a vet, I think he understands his role a little more. And to have a guy who has that scoring ability understand his role is so much more important than a guy who, I mean, we've seen the Karis LeVerts of the world, the Dion Waiters of the world, where they're shot makers, but they just don't know the role. And I think Toby's a little different. Toby's going to understand that.
He knows who he's playing with. Like he knows who Cade is.
And a young team too. To be on a young team, that helps so much. And I think he's kind of like a Harrison Barnes. We're obviously going to talk about that series after, but he's kind of like a Harrison Barnes to that team. Yeah, he's going to get you buckets, but he's also giving you that other stuff
great
too.
Vet. Yeah, he's a great vet.
100%.
You already talked about him. You just said Harrison Barnes. So
we not our little picks.
Oh, my bad.
I was gonna say.
I already kind of gave mine a little bit. Going ahead.
The Pistons in 6.
Pistons in 7.
Pistons. I'm okay. I got Pistons in 6, even though I think it has games 7 written all over it.
It's gonna be such a physical, tough series.
Yeah,
like it's gonna be very, very physical.
And I don't think that the Magic are gonna get the shooting that they need in order to keep up with
that. I'm telling you, that first game of playing was not a good watch. It just was not. It was not at all. 76ers gave them the belts, which we already talked about how the 76ers will get the belt this upcoming series. So
exactly. So that's why I just don't see it happening.
Yeah,
so Pistons in 6. Moving on, is this another laughable talk that we're gonna have? I mean, is it?
It is. This is not as bad as OKC versus the Suns.
It's not.
I don't think it's as bad. Like we simply laugh for 2 minutes straight while we're talking about the Suns. Bro. I'm sorry.
The number 7 Portland Trail.
The only thing that is funny though, the owner is not even putting out the certs for their game 3 and 4. Like I think he already is expecting to just get blown out. Yeah. And Trailblazers, they worked a lot to get to this spot right here. Like I mean, like they weren't a bad team. You know who you obviously have leading that way with Denny, who just put up 40 in a play-in game. You have other pieces to roll with it too.
I think they have the length to deal with Wemby. They're going to lose. Hold on. They're going to lose in 4.
I'm trying. Don't make me laugh again.
No, hold on. They're going to lose in 4 or 5. I'm saying they have the length to deal with. Like, Wemby's not going to drop 50. They'll lose, but they'll lose on the accord of the San Antonio Spurs.
Wemby won't drop 50 because they're going to take him out when he has 35 because they're already blowing them out. That's why he won't drop 50. Yeah. We're freaking that Wemby dropped 40 and 13 in like 28 minutes, bro.
That 40, you know what? That 40 ball from Denny might have really skewed my opinion on Portland.
Possibly
I'm kind of looking at them like they were nice. I mean, that was a nice game you got from Denny.
It was promise, bro. Okay. It was a great game. Like said, like, bro, yeah, Denny got the 40. You may not see him score over 30 points. Well. No, yeah, you're not gonna see him score over 30 points this whole series.
Who, Denny?
Yes.
That would be crazy.
Because Suns, or not the Suns, I apologize. San Antonio is a very great defensive team. Like, yeah, they're cool in offense, but we know that their main identity is their defense.
Yeah.
I don't see it happening because they know that they'll have to switch over. They'll have different pieces that can actually play that, and there are smaller players that actually know how to guard bigger people. Like I know Stephon Castle, yeah, he wouldn't have his way every time. Stephon Castle could guard him up on a couple plays. He definitely can.
He could for sure. Listen, I'm not. San Antonio should win this handily. I'm just saying, Portland could potentially steal a game. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put it past Portland to steal a game in Portland.
I don't see them stealing anything, bro. Their owners don't even see it happening.
Do you think if they would have put shirts out, they could have stolen?
Yes.
I'm serious.
And I'm very serious. Do you understand what that does to like the fans are such a big part of the games? And I think that we've realized it.
They're really
a little bit after the Warriors when they had their big run before. Warriors. You remember that? When you heard that, you know that the Warriors were going on a 14-2 run automatically. OKC's fans, you know that when you hear them at their loudest,
Loud City,
they're on it's a different run. San Antonio also has a very loud
and the Blazers were like that back then when they had Dame. They were always known to be like the Moda Center was always known to get turned up.
And they guess what they all had? Shirts, bro. They always had the Motor City shirts. Did they not? Every time.
Yeah, that's
Every time. It's a little weird that you need to at least just have a little bit
I
of
wonder
faith.
what the home crowd's gonna look like Game 3.
It just depends on how the first 2 games go. Like if they're losing by like 10 points or something like that.
If it's
then
1-1,
then you
what if it's 1-1?
I'm gonna be realistic. If you lose by like 10 points or something like that, then you know that, hey, like maybe we won't blow them out or nothing, but we have a chance if we just log in. Like
But I'm
it's
asking
only
you, what if
certain
they steal
points
a
in the
game?
game.
What if they
They're
steal
not.
a game in San Antonio?
Yeah.
Just because you said that, I'm gonna call it and say they're gonna steal a game. Just because you said that. Is that wild?
That's very wild for
That
you to
is
say.
that's so wild to say. So yeah, I'm gonna say Spurs in 5. Just because you said that, I think they're gonna steal a game. Spurs in 5.
For them to get to this point, they had a couple players that were scoring a little bit more than their average. Like Drew Holiday put up 21, 23 points to advance.
Absolutely.
Denny gave you 40. Like I said again,
Okay.
that's happening.
Denny could give you 30. Denny can average 30 this series.
Danny will
He's on a
average about
heater.
25 points this series. Maybe.
And if he averages 25, I'm assuming they're gonna win 1 game.
And if he averages 25, I'm assuming that they win no games. He needs to average 35 points.
Really?
He needs to
To
give you
win
like
one
to
game
win that
against San
game.
Antonio.
To win that 1 game, then he has to give you like 37.
That is crazy to say.
How is that crazy to say?
Because I
Little
think Denny's
Spurs
better
hater.
than we're giving him credit for.
Oh, he was an all-star. Like he averaged 26 before he went down to 24. Like, yes, he's an all-star.
So you're saying Spurs in 4?
Spurs in 4, dog.
That's fair enough. Finals pick stays the same.
My final space actually changed a little bit.
It's
and I don't want you to be upset.
Let's hear it.
I got the Celtics versus the Nuggets in the finals.
Okay.
And I think the Celtics will win the finals.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I think the Celtics are going to raise Banner 19. Sadly to watch. I hate watching it too. But I think they will actually somehow just go back up to that role.
Okay. Yeah, I have the Thunder beating the Celtics in 6 games.
Yeah, you're about to be disrespectful.
I was about
that's
to,
not a bad
but I
pick.
kept
That's
it
not a bad
P.
pick. Yeah, good job.
I think the Thunder, they just have too much talent, too much depth.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see. I think they kind of got bailed out too by the whole not having to play Denver, San Antonio to the Western Conference Finals.
Yep.
Huge blessing. And that's a series I'm excited for.
I think that Nuggets versus Spurs series that we'll see next round, that's going to just mark the road for the Nuggets. Like I feel like that's going to be the Nuggets push because when they go play OKC, they're going to be on a heater by that point.
And that's going to be that's actually, I don't want to say league altering, but if the Nuggets lose, that could definitely change the structure of their roster.
Oh yeah.
100. Yeah. Depends how they lose.
Depends how they lose.
They
I don't
just
think
get riled
I
up.
don't think a lot will change.
If it's 7, if it's you lose in 7, so whatever. If you lose in 5 or something crazy like that,
Yeah. I agree. That
somebody on that team that we've seen is going to be gone. Not Jamal. Don't worry.
Not Jamal or Yoke. Who? Cam Johnson?
AG, Christian Brown. Keep in mind,
AG's not eight. Like they wouldn't even
might
let
have to trade
AG
Christian
walk at
Brown.
all.
If you want to sign P. Watt, you're gonna have to get rid of somebody. Christian Brown's on a $125 million deal.
Nah, that's the person True Positive to let go.
So you would
Yeah,
probably have to
there
let
you
him
go.
go to keep P. Watt.
Which I wouldn't be upset with.
Yeah.
I would not be. Like you're losing it, but I would not be upset with it at all.
But nonetheless, it's going to be an interesting playoffs. We're going to
Yeah,
keep
that's
everybody updated week by week.
NBA playoff special, man.
Come
we
on
gave
now.
it to y'all.
And
bro.
we're going to drop some clips as playoffs go by. Keep you guys
Yeah.
updated. Make sure to follow the Instagram, TikTok, all that jazz. I'm Damian Dustin.
Aiden Jones, thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen.
Get wild.